So, welcome back to a little update video. As always, I'm using this method here. If you want to know more how this works, what rules and so on, I made a separate video for it. I will link it at the end of the video, or you just search for the playlist Fractal method in my playlist on my YouTube channel. I'm feeling completely fine again. Still a little fever still, but I have my old energy back. And yeah, I'm watching then the opinion of so many other YouTubers, and in the instant I do that, I could explode. Not because they are using different tracking methods, but because that's absolutely okay. Yeah, everyone has its own ideas, its own methods. But what I hate is when people call something fractal, are using some rules of the fractal and then just lie to people. Only so their tracking and their opinion works and they don't have to change anything. I explode sometimes in this case. I will show why. Let's start with HYMC, for example. So nothing really changed today. Yeah, it would be the same tracking like yesterday. So we still expect that we come down to this level 161, just because we always did that on this trend line. Just a short repetition of that. In 2019 to 2020, it was a resistance line. In the breakout in the squeeze 2021, it was a breakout retest line. In 2024, it was a support and resistance line, and again a breakout resistance line, a retest line. And in 2025, it was a support line. It was the last touch before we made the higher low and we went. And I would say we have a good chance that this time we will also bounce it. Maybe we go a little bit under it, or we just bounce on it, make higher low, and then we go. So why was I so angry? Because today I again heard this absolutely fucking nonsense. Yeah, we knife. First of all, what I'm always reading is this all-time low doesn't matter. We are still here. We are still in the higher low. Yeah. Does this here look in any way a higher low as a higher low? In any way? No. That's the first lie people tell you. Only that these people can tell you you still have a very, 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 very big chance we go in December. Or a 100% chance we go in January. These people are fucking lying to you because they don't want to be wrong. Yeah, this is not a higher low. This is a new all-time low. And the new all-time low on HYMC is important. It's one of the most important significant landmarks. It's a landmark which is showing you could be in the end. To say this isn't existing is... And the next thing is, my opinion, okay? I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I will sit here and will say, I'm wrong. Not like this stupid, no, it never happened. No, I will say I was wrong. But in my opinion, we have to do a higher low. It doesn't matter with whatever you think HYMC. It has to do a higher low. And it never did it. It never squeezed from the bottom. It didn't do it in 2025. It didn't do it in 2024. And it didn't do it in 2021. Never. And let's look at other little landmarks. It didn't do it in 2022. It didn't do it in 2023 in April. It didn't do it in 2022 at the beginning. It never did it. Why? How old is it? 2013. Why? In a stock which exists since 2013. And it never done it before. Why should it do it now? It's the same discussion. Why should we do a 1-part squeeze now when our main tracking is 2020 and we didn't do a 1-part squeeze back then? I mean, okay, that's arguable. We could get a 1. But no. And why I was so angry about it today? Not because, I mean, you hear that every day. Yeah, this is the bottom. We squeeze from here next week. No. The main problem I saw today was, what was it? It was Doge, I think. No, that's the wrong Doge chart. Let's look. Here, it was this Doge chart. A comparison to January 2021, where someone said, because this person is syncing Doge and crypto with Bitcoin, which fine, everyone can have this idea. Maybe it's true, maybe not. But because Doge will squeeze from the low and run. And of course, it was showing like something like that, very quick, very small. And then you zoom in and look, did Doge squeezed from the absolute low? Should I make it any bigger? Let's look on the 1 hour. If I find it again. Oh god. Do I even able to go back to 2021? No, I'm not able. Alright, then we have to look at the 3 hour. Yeah. This is not a squeeze from the higher low. It just isn't. No. And of course, now you can say, yeah, okay, but look, it's the 3 hour. If this is the low, you have 3, 6, 9, 12 hours left. Yeah, in 2021. Not now. The main thing on our Fractal series is let's look on the weekly, every repetition. This is the repetition, this is the repetition of this. This is the repetition of this. And also the chat tests are also repeating each other. It gets always bigger and slower. So if this shitty thing here took her 9 hours, well, then most likely, if you are here or not, I didn't track Doge, so I can't tell you it right now, that this thing will maybe take you 3 days to only say, hey, look, in 2021, it squeezed from the bottom. First of all, it's wrong. And second of all, yeah, even if it took only 5 minutes, it could take now 10 times longer. Don't fall for these idiots, especially if someone is telling you that the most important landmark in a company's chart for AMC, it's the absolute all-time low and the higher low. These 2 points in AMC are the most significant landmarks you can get. because everything else between that is just noise. Yeah, I mean, if you're really tracking it through, you can play M, you can play T, absolutely perfect. But for people who only want to play the upside and people who only want to play the squeeze plays, yeah, then all-time low and higher low are the most important landmarks. If anybody is telling you this all-time low is not important and you are still in, and this is still handled as higher low, no financial advice. Delete this channel off your list. There are only two ways. This guy has no clue what's already very bad, or this guy is lying to you on purpose. Just, I don't know, to be relevant or whatever intention he has. Yeah, but it's just wrong and it's just a lie. Okay, so much for HYMC. So in the end, sorry for the rant. In the end, my opinion, we still touch this trend line after we touch this trend line. Maybe we're doing that tomorrow. I mean, 10%, maybe. If the Japanese news today is so bad that the market is knifing, maybe. Or this is already a bottom. I'm not saying this can't happen. But even if we do that, we still need a higher low. There is no way around it, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, I will sit here and will say I was wrong. It would be the first time that I was wrong on a higher low, but still. Yeah, and how the higher long would look like. Let's say, let's go on the 30 minute. Let's take an example. Let's take the example from, yeah. So, all in all, this could be a bottom today, or this is the trend line. Okay. So let's track this through this. I mean, okay, in the thing, these are already two higher lows. Just saying, you will see right now what I mean. You can call this a channel, but in the thing is, here's your C. Okay, this is your B. This is your A. This here is just your little higher low, just of this. You go under V under A, and then you're forming your second higher low. So here's your C again. This is your B. This is your A. Here is your higher low. Here you're again, V under A. So if you see something like that, then in this case, because here, I bought, back then, I think I bought calls here, just because it's a rule. After the V, higher low, chat. So I already bought here. Yeah. After we went here and didn't squeeze, I still hold it. Because this only means this could be just a second higher low, just a little micro higher low of the higher low. And then you did again, V under A here. This was V under A. And I bought another chunk of course here. And I had a stop loss for here. And bam! Perfect. Of course, you could have said, yeah, but you would have made more money if you bought the course here. I mean, that's not financial advice, and that's everyone's own strategy. And yeah, I didn't look, but yeah, the options would have been most likely cheaper here. But to say this, from here to here, took it 24 days. 24 days of nothing. So I don't know what if the course went up or down. In the best case, I would say they would stay the same, or they here in this drop they already got cheaper. But that's not the main problem. The main problem would be you could have said this here too, and then you dropped. The same thing if you're doing it now here. Of course, this could be your bottom, and you can bulk calls here. What if you're doing this? What if this is taking you another 2 weeks, and then the higher low is taking you another 28 days? Yeah, some mid-January on the 30-minute, it's not going that far. I tell you, if you bought calls here for, let's say, I don't know, Marches, for, don't know, I didn't look at 10-15 cents of the contract, and you're doing this, and for 28 days the higher low, I tell you, I get tunes for 5 cents, and you are still sitting on your marches for 15 cents. Yeah, don't believe me. Use this. Go on your charts. I mean, you should do that anyway. Go on your chart and track it yourself. Look if I'm saying something wrong. Write it into the comments if I am lying. Yeah, because I don't. Okay. Next one, just in short, GME. Nothing really changed. We are still in big B, and the B pullback is finished. We are right now in the higher low of big B, and at the end of it. And well, that's the next thing I heard today. Because people are comparing this here to this here. Why? Why? I mean, okay, I get it. People want to believe. Let's do that on the 2 chart so everyone can see what I mean. So we are already here now. This is this, and I get that, because that would mean we are going. Okay. The only problem what I have with this, then you say, okay, but if we are here, where is this candle then? If we are here, shouldn't we be up here then? No, because this is not 1-to-1. Because always, if you ask questions and if you line out, yeah, hey, but this isn't looking like this, it comes always the same answer. Yeah, it's a repetition. You can't do it 1-to-1. But if these people go on the 1 minute chart, then suddenly it's 1-to-1. I mean, a 1 minute chart compared to a 24-hour chart, for example. Or the next comparison I saw is, we are right here right now in July 2020. Why? Why? Even if you compare this, and even if this was our absolute low, where is all this? It doesn't make sense. Okay. So for my tracking, okay, this could be a V, It's not in my tracking rules, but okay. If you really want a bullish alternative, this could be higher low. Okay, even if it's not working for me because it wasn't ending in a V and A. But okay, let's put this aside. Then your next move is breaking out of this trend line. Even then, because that's the biggest argument why HYMC will squeeze from the bottom. Because HYMC has to go in the next 1 or 2 weeks. Even if you do that, you will go up, come down, breakout retest. This would be a little higher low, and then you go. Even then. Nariko, what do you mean? HYMC might do that, HYMC never did that. What was that then? The squeeze in 2024, breakout, retest, squeeze. Or in 2020, breakout, retest, even longer channel, squeeze. Of course, 1 part squeeze. It's different this time. Yeah. If you still don't believe me, just wait. And we will see. For the people who are interested, what I still think are 2 versions. The one version, this here was our T. For the micro tracking, this is our C. This is our midpoint. Our lower high is here. Midpoint. This is our T. And for the micro tracking, for the micro tracking, this would be our V, our tiny A, tiny B, tiny C. And 2 versions. The first version would mean this would be our L. This whole thing was our M now. The next move has to go lower than this. Somewhere in this range here, I would expect a bounce. Don't know how high, but this would be then our T. And then we go down, and my target is still something under 70.58. Higher low, and then we can go. The only alternative to this, what I have is, I could still see, or I have to see, because someone showed it to me. If you micro track this, there's an easy way where you say, this is your V, this is your higher low, this is your A, this is your B. But that only means that we still need a C for the M. And that would mean you still have to go higher than this. In that case, you have to go up here. And this would be your M and your C. And then, of course, yeah, but you can't break this, right? But if you look at the daily, you see a candle which you don't see on any other time frame. This one here. In that case, if this matters, this was your C then. Yeah. And then you can even argue, maybe this is lower high and it takes even longer, but right now, I wouldn't do that. Let's see what we will get, especially tonight and on Friday. In the best case, we just go down from here. Let's see. Okay. Bad Batman Beyonds didn't do anything today. DJT. What a funny coincidence. For people still thinking I'm talking bullshit. So, here's the whole stock. Okay. Here's our all-time high, our lower high. We're making a lower low, midpoint. Coming down again, a lower low, T-point. Coming down then, absolute low. I had the alternative that we still had to go under the all-time low here, just because you don't really see if this here was A or if A is up here. With this move, I think this cleared everything up. We did our V&A. And what I was saying in the last 2 weeks, from the all-time low, again, I know I will say that today so many times, but it's not only AMC and HYMC which doing a V&A, an all-time low, and what coming after that? A higher low. Here you have the perfect higher low. A, B, C. Lower high, midpoint, T, V&A. And then we even did a small micro higher low. We are on the 30-minute, but still V, higher low, and then A, B, C, lower high, midpoint, T, V&A. And in the second this was finished, we suddenly got the news that we get a merger. What the fucking coincidence. So, what are our price targets right now? So, the thing is, all in all, our price targets are for A, 57, for B, 80, and then the only question is, are we breaking all-time highs or not? Just one little warning, okay? Let's look at the 4 hour to see this. Yeah, this here is our trend line. So let's put this, it's always changing if I change trend lines. So the thing is, that's also why I have so many RLEDs in here. You have, this is one fractal, and you have a very big L, a very big M, a very big T. And because you have such big, and this is running since 2022, for this big thing, just how long did this took? A 30-day higher low, this small little shit thing. I think we still have to do our macro higher low. What does that mean? I think you still have a good chance to run, okay? In my opinion, you will do now something like this. So you have your A, your B, your C. In my opinion, you won't break this trend line. Then your L, M, T, little higher low, and then you run. Yeah. Or in the best way, you're just sniffing everything. And you just go. So, whoop. Yeah. Which is not unlikely after we saw that here at IPO, but also here, you see this? If this was here your A somewhere, then this thing here, this was your higher low before your A. Yeah, here's your A. Yeah, so even in IPO showed you that there was a higher low. So I think there will be one. No financial advice. What you could do, if you have already calls, play your calls, but start taking profits in these ranges. And if you in any time see suddenly a top, you can still wait, a pullback, a run up, and a rejecting and going lower. This would be a lower high. Your lower high of the higher low. Then you know you have to go to your A, wherever it is then. Yeah. And then you can play calls again, and for the really big run. Just an idea. Okay. Next one is high cost mining. No, wrong one. here, high grade mining. Nothing really to say here. Otherwise, then yeah, our target is still 31, like in the last 4 or 5 weeks. We are now clearly at B. I saw, was it on the 4 hour? Yeah, you see, yeah, that's not a pullback. Yeah, I don't know if we will see this little pullback. It could be. I wouldn't swear to it. It could be. In that case, let's look. Yeah, something to 855. I can't measure it because normally you're taking the A bottom to the B bottom. Yeah, it would make sense. So in that case, you would pull back here to $7 if tomorrow you get suddenly a pullback, and then you will go up again. Yeah, but your overall target is still your big A, and it would be 31 to a little bit higher maybe. Then you will get your pullback. Then you take the bottom, the absolute bottom, to the A peak, and you will get this pullback. And then your next one is all-time highs. And I will pay puts here and calls here. No financial advice. Okay. Neo was no change. Little update to BYND. Nothing has changed. Bull version, first fractal is finished. Higher low is finished. And we are in the higher low, the micro higher low of the higher low. Only thing, because we had a quite good run today, I think. This was today, right? No, it wasn't today. This was today. Yeah, quite good run today, where you could say, wasn't that a breakout retest? Yeah, I agree. You could say that. You could say that. My only problem still is, okay, if this is just a little higher low, there is no if this and that, you have to come down here. 93 cents. We are, what was it, 9 cents away. You have to do this. Otherwise, this higher low isn't finished. If this is A already, same thing, you should already have bounced here. Not here. But we are 9 cents away. So maybe we're just doing this in after hours. And I say that really clearly. If you're not doing anything tomorrow, you can just blip. I will show another chart, which is very interesting. You can just do that in after hours, and your V under A is in after hours. And on Monday, you're already running. Yeah. Some people are tracking the Fractal Smith only market hours are counting. For me personally, I am counting everything. Every candle matters. Except maybe these ghost candles because they're crazy. But in my opinion, also after hours are counting. So in that case, you could do that already after hours. And if I tell you now, no, you wait now till 93 or 1 cent under 93, before that you shouldn't buy. And on Monday you're already ripping, that would be shit. Yeah. So if you want to risk it, no financial advice. I'm personally looking into contracts tomorrow. Not weeklies, not Decembers. I would look for, what do we have? February's, March's, April's, something like that. Far out of the, they should be fucking cheap. What price targets do we have? For our next landmark, and our next landmark is A. Our next landmark is somewhere in this range here. 20, something over our last high, so something here 20. Then you will go up, make a 0.5 pullback, most likely a breakout retest. So in that case, you could even do that now. So let's say we're doing the BYND tomorrow, and then we run till February-ish. That would mean our peak target is something 28. Then we pull back to the 0.5, and then our next target is B, 43. Then a pullback from the bottom of A, and then the only question is, are we breaking all-time highs or not? But that's tracking for the future. Okay. Good. Plug, nothing changed. FCEL, also nothing changed. It's just a little thing. Here's our bullish tracking for FCEL. Everything is fine. FCEL already finished everything. We are already in the run to the new Fractal. Perfect example for also this chart. Wasn't squeezing from the V. You had a V, you had a higher low, you had a A, breakout retest, and now you start going. And for this, you already did your little A with your little A pullback. And today, you already broke our B line and already did a little pullback. The only thing I now can't really tell is this little pullback, this here, already wait, yeah, already this pullback here. I can't tell. I really can't tell. Previously I tracked that we are here, fine. So our pullback could be this, or we just doing this, just saying, yeah. But if you have long-term contracts or shares, that wouldn't matter for you. What we are tracking next is a gap up and then this run, and all in all, it would look like this here. Yeah. So 165 should be our next target. It is becoming very interesting. Little updates to BLNK. So here our bullish chart for BLNK. For BLNK, we would be in the third fractal. So first one, second one, third one for the bullish tracking. This here is for the bullish tracking, our expected next move. So A would be 670, 70-ish breakout retest of the trend line, and B is around 26. What we have done so far, let's look. We finished again, yeah, because BLNK is kinda also a meme stock. We had our all-time low, yet for the bullish tracking, our big higher low. That's also a thing, because I showed on DGT, this is a bigger higher low. Yeah, in DGT, that would mean I would expect it to run after this. Yeah, I want to see in DGT something like this, because for a big fractal, you need a big higher low. For this one, this is okay. So this ended a little deeper than expected, but still V and A. And right now we're just doing sideways. For this micro higher low, did we already finished it? Let me look. Where's our V and A? V. No, this is our V and A. Yeah, for this, right now we're just ping-ponging. In the best case, I want to see only 1 cent under this, and then we are ready to go. I didn't really look if this is a stock which has certain dates. So let's say Monday, Fridays, maybe. Look it up, but I want to see something on this. Just a week down here. But then we are ready. If we go under 67, then it's just the order is playing out. And in that case, we would be right now in here. And we will get down to a new all-time low, most likely 40 to 30 cents. And then higher low, and then we go. Let's see. Yeah, right now it still looks absolutely okay. Okay, SAVA. And now to the example, what I gave you with BYND. First of all, for the whole overview, watch the weekly recap video. There I explain everything. In short, we want to see this gap fair. And right now we would be in the higher low. I said with this absolutely fucking small moving, I see less and less possibility that we see the gap fill this year. Well, till I saw the candle a few hours ago. Because okay, we got news that their clinical simulation trial study is delayed from the FDA, and most likely it won't happen in the first half of 2026. This is noise. This is news. Okay, normally you would not say, okay, shit, it won't go till June 2026. But remember, the news are always written for the moves. Nobody is saying you that not suddenly they can come in news and say, hey, okay, we talked with the FDA again. Now we can suddenly do the trials, and bam. Yeah, just saying. So for the move, what happened today? Let's clean this chart a little bit up. So first of all, this is our higher low. This is our all-time low, our little higher low, our A, our B, our C. Our lower high, our midpoint. This now is clearly our T. There's nothing to be said here. So we still have a gap here. So let's mark this. Here we have a gap. I was just what do you call it? I was looking at the screen coincidentally in that second, and suddenly saw this news popping, and bam, and in the second up again 5%, and now bam again. Yeah, it was quite funny. So two versions. First version, we filled this gap, and I think this was the last gap to be filled. Yeah. So for the absolute bullish way, I know a higher low normally has to end in a BLNK. Three versions. But for the most bullish version, here is your BLNK. So, but in the most bullish version, let's do this first. Here is your 0.5. We knifed under it. We filled the gap and we bounced. So in the best case, tomorrow, we are doing a higher low, and after hours or next week Monday, we ran. In the most bullish version. In the only bullish version, whatever news is coming out, we need another, what is this? Another 16%. I don't know. Suddenly someone is selling, whatever. Yeah, because if you look, this was only a 58k volume. Yeah, how much shares does 42 million? Yeah, The float is 42 million and the 56,000 shares volume is dropping. It was 27%. 22%. It makes sense, right? So in the only bullish version, we suddenly get any kind of news and we drop here BLNK. Then we only do a little higher low and we can go. And after I was a little sidetracked because I was really a little bit bored of this because it was taking so long, and I really forgot, hey, they can just do it with one candle and after hours. So yeah, this can still run till January. Absolutely, with this move. We could be already finished. More likely we have to do the 2.05 BLNK and then we go fine. The only alternative is, if now this news really is forecasting something, yeah, then you will knife under the no line. After the no line, you will make a new low. Then you will do the shit. This will take months. In this time, you will hear that they were talking to the FDA all the time, blah, 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 blah. And let's say something between February, March, and April, you suddenly get the news, they are approved. Boom. Yeah, that would be this year. And suddenly you get the news. Just saying. But it has a reason that you also got the news that the boss and the secondary boss of this company is buying shares like crazy. Because maybe they know their Fractal also. Yeah. Okay. Unity didn't really change other than, yeah, as I said. We now, in my opinion, got our A peak. We have to do now our lower high, then our M, our T. Our main target is still $25 for our 0.5. And then our next target is 108. Open didn't really do anything. AI neither. Grab, GNS, FFAI. Let's look in FFAI. So here's our FFAI chart. Ta-da. So for FFAI, we also completely finished with the first fractal. We also finished our higher low. And right now, here's our higher low. Also finished in a BLNK. Also FFAI, a meme stock, isn't squeezing from the bottom. And right now, we are in our tiny high low. Now my main problem with this is our V from the higher low. This is our little higher low. And this is our A. And our A is ending here. And we didn't touch it yet. Yeah. This is the only thing where our B can be. This is our C. Our M. Yeah. The only thing for me which would make sense that this is Tina. Yeah. In that case, you still have to come down here. Yeah. Still. Or no, it wouldn't make sense to be A. No. Let's see. It's nearly finished. It looks good. I still want to see this drop. But tomorrow is Friday. Next week is a very short week. It looks interesting for so many things. Bull didn't really do anything today. Last thing, I nearly forgot. SPY. So, still, I said that many videos before, as long as we're not getting our absolutely next move, I'm not cheering off the predictions because it's still not absolutely clear and everyone can say, hey, we maybe go up, maybe go down. That's not working for me. A bullish and a bearish order. Bullish order. Bullish order means this was our A now. The A from this whole thing. This was our pullback. This was our 0.5. And for this here, for the bullish one, was our A. Only reason for this, and this was our tiny high low. Only reason for this, it already did the 0.5, made its little higher low. And that would mean from tomorrow on, we go up. The alternative for this is still not really bad. This is still our A, but this here is our higher low. And for this, we didn't finish. For this, we go on the lower time frame. So for this, here's your C. This is your lower high. This is your B. This is your A. But you still have to come lower than this to finish the higher low. The stupid part is that whole thing would be still lower peak. So you still have to come down, up, M, down, up, T, not higher than this, and then V and A. Most likely bullshit the whole day tomorrow. Or you just go to V and A. And then you go up. Yeah. So that would be the two bullish versions. The absolutely alternative to this thing is this isn't A. This is higher low. Because I'm still missing the higher low here. Yeah. Sometimes the higher low is in the A, but in that case, we are not finished. And we still have to go to 664. Not over it, or not at it. We have to go under 664.46. And even if it's only 1 cent, we have to go under here, little micro higher low, and then we can go. But then, I mean, okay, then it takes even more time. Or even higher prices, because the next thing would be just A. Then pullback B. Then pullback C. Yeah. We have today this Japanese rate hike. The only thing is, I would even expect it's a nothing burger because it's already public since a week. The only surprise could be that the only surprise could be two ways. Prior was 3%. The inflation, they already have it, was lower. So the forecast is that they raise 0.75%. The bullish version would be, what if they only rise 0.5%? That would be fucking bullish because it's not expected. Then you could easily see we are going. Not because of this, but they need a story. The bearish alternative, if this is higher low, they're not raising 0.75, they raise 1.5%. Oh, suddenly they're rising way, way more than your knife. Yeah, that would be the story about it. The thing why I am more tending to bullish is just one thing. This is SPY. SPY fall into its wedge. It doesn't matter how you adjust your trend line. Yeah, no. With the touch points, you fall into the wedge. But now look at NASDAQ. I can't draw this more bullish. This is a perfect wedge. This is a perfect V. This is a perfect breakout retest. And this is also, I mean, okay, you could make here a high low. And then you go. But nothing tells me on NASDAQ that it's falling into the wedge again. Nothing. Till now. Nothing. I mean, you could also say this is higher low. Yeah, then you fall into the wedge. You have to go under 600, but right now it doesn't look like it. So, but NASDAQ and SPY are moving together, or suddenly they go inverse. Yeah, I mean, blow off top, market top, could be. Yeah, I'm not seeing it yet. Okay. I think I didn't forget anything. Good. If you have questions, write it in the comments. If you have wishes, write it in the comments. And if you would be so kind, write anything into the comments. Show me that I'm not only talking to myself. Write anything. Tell me I'm an idiot. I am wrong. I have to show more bullish things to get more viewers. I mean, I won't do it, but write anything. Yeah. And if you liked it, leave a like. Let's see what the Japanese are doing today. See you tomorrow.